24-year-old Cassidy Bird was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter and child abuse, resulting in death. Now, according to authorities, the first call came in around 9 a.m. of a possible bomb threat. I'm here on Thornton Avenue, where earlier today, fire crews worked all day long to put out the fire that caused one victim's death. Today was a very special day for the West Virginia Always Free Honor Flight, but it was especially great for one Beckley man that is a World War II veteran. Nowadays, with recent technology, phones like this iPhone 6 are basically like mini computers, which brings a lot more dangers to children than parents could ever realize. Secondary roads like here on Mercer Street in Princeton aren't quite clear, and although this snow is great for snowball fights, police officers do say that the snow is not good for playing in your car. When the water came in, everything was damaged, including here in the church sanctuary. Many employees returned to work today a little scared, and people in downtown Bluefield said that the shock still has not worn off from yesterday's early morning shooting. In the 27 years that Christine Bordeaux has worked at Landmark Antiques, she says yesterday was the most alarming.
Well, we heard the shots. We heard 2 shots, and on the third one, we got up and went to the front door. When we got there, I seen the cop in the back of his vehicle shooting at the man, and the man trying to get out of the bank.
Bordeaux and co-worker Patricia Bailey had to act quickly to lock the store to prevent the danger from coming towards them. Bailey was able to reach the front door and lock it as the shootout continued down the street.
Just sounded like a war zone down on Raleigh Street, and then you didn't hear anything else, and I just knew then I knew they had to have shot that man.
Both women say even though the day was scary, they were extremely impressed by the police response.
They said the call came in at 9, and then I know that around 9, by the time 9:22 was over, it was over. It was done. So all that in that short period of time, they got it done.
Bordeaux says today was difficult for the both of them to return to work, but she says throughout the day she reminded herself in the end that she was able to go home safely.
I just hope it never happens again. And my heart goes out to everybody, the family of the man that was shot, and the police officers and the workers at the bank.
Now, employees at the Landmark Antiques are not the only ones that witnessed it that came back to work today. The employees of the First Community Bank were also at work today, and the bank was fully operational. Here for you in Bluefield, West Virginia, I'm Courtney Davis. Guys, back to you. 15 dogs were found in total living in and around this abandoned home in Princeton earlier today. Now, residents say that for the last 2 weeks, the dogs have been abandoned here after their owner was hospitalized. And after voicing their opinion to city officials in Princeton, the city was able to come out and rescue the dogs from the condemned home.
I feel that the situation was a lot worse than what I expected, which I have seen a lot worse than this situation, but it was a situation that definitely needed to be addressed. I don't think these dogs would have been able to stay here much longer, in the condition that they were in.
Mercer County Animal Shelter employee Elizabeth Moorhead says the living situation for these dogs on Lower Pine Street was unbelievable. Princeton Code Enforcement Director Bill Buzzo says the situation at this home is not something they typically encounter.
You're not supposed to have over 4 dogs unless you have a kennel license, so there was quite a few infractions against the animal code today.
Buzzo says the home was reported to the city about 2 weeks ago, but in order to properly rescue the animals, they had to wait until now.
We have to follow due process. This is private property. We want to make sure we had probable cause, got a search warrant, and then we worked with the county animal shelter to take care of the job today.
Residents on Lower Pine Street like Arnold Palmer were just happy the dogs are now safe.
Well, we want to thank the city of Princeton and the animal shelter for coming out and in a good timely manner to take care of these animals because they deserve the best. They're beautiful animals, and we're just so happy to see this transpire, and it's going to be good for everybody involved and concerned.
Now, all of these dogs were able to be rescued except for one, which keeps running around, and animal control was not able to catch it. They do plan on coming back and catching it with a trap later so that they can take it to the Mercer County Animal Shelter where it can be with all of his friends. It may seem crazy, but under Virginia Code 46.233.4.b, parents or legal guardians of teens under the age of 18 have the right to suspend the teen's driver's license for any reason they deem appropriate. And surprisingly, many people, including teens, aren't completely opposed. When a child gets their driver's license, it's a major step and a mark of responsibility. Although a teen may earn the privilege, in the state of Virginia, parents can take it away at any time.
When we give the driver's license, we actually give them to the parents because they are actually the parents' driver's license. They are in control. Till the age of 18, you're at your parents' mercy. If the parents don't want you to go, you don't go.
In order to cancel a teen's license, all a parent has to do is fill out a form on the DMV website. And high school senior Doug Weimer says his mom made that clear the day he was issued his license.
When I first went in, and in Virginia you have to go to the courts or whatever to get your license, Judge Hurley read off that rule, and my mom made sure to give me a little glance and smile at me, making sure I knew that.
Weimer says he thinks 6 months is a bit strict. But he and senior Savannah Duncan both agree if they had a misbehaving child themselves, they would at least use the rule as a threat.
I think, if you're out doing something that it's really unacceptable to your parents, then they have every right to take it away from you.
Lieutenant Jonathan Hankins thinks the rule is worth it, but warns parents to think before taking action.
It's automatic. If you turn it in, you can't go back within 2 weeks and say, well, I've changed my mind. I want my child to have the driver's license back. Once that form is turned in, it's automatic 6 months.
And if you're a parent in Virginia and you have reason to suspend your teen's license, you can fill out a cancellation of a minor's driver's license form. It's available on the DMV website at www.dmvnow.com. Back to you.